Round the table, not round the square or triangle. We come to hang, have a game on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice around the table, our host is formidable. He runs his trains, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout. Do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody! Happy Friday! Good to see you all. Welcome to Castle Camelot, the grand meeting hall for all the Knights of the Round Boy table, also known as my basement. I hope you're all well on that side. It's been a much calmer week than last week. Still, a lot has happened. We did the live stream from the Toledo Train Show, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But let's go ahead and get straight to greeting all the Knights. And yes, to all the Knights in the UK and in Europe, we are coming to you an hour earlier because the United States jumped ahead last week. I think most of you jump ahead this week. So for now, we're an hour ahead. So yeah, we've got Sir Aaron of Aaronville. We've got Sir Scott of Balkervie. We've got Sir Brian from Clintonville. We got Sir Brian from Dinnerton Central. We've got Sir JD from Grandpa Rails. We got Sir Andy the Hot Dog Pilot. We've got Sir Jean Ricard. We've got Sir Kalmar from the Kalmar Union. We've got Sir Andy the March West Junction. We have Sir Greg from Midsummer Rail, who put out a cool video this week, getting his Tommy Tech bus system going. We've got Sir Dino from Model Railway Shed. Great to have you here, my friend. We've got Sir Randall Ellison is here. Randall, it looks like you should be expecting a late Christmas or early birthday, something like that on Monday. So keep an eye out for those packages. We've got Sir Tom of Couples is here. Sir Tom Houston is here. Sir Tom, of course, our Sergeant at Arms. Our CEO, I have not seen pop in yet. We see Sir Craig from CMD Models just came in. And somebody else just gave it, Sir Alan Reynolds. And Sir Chris of the Valleys. Great to have you all here. Wonderful, wonderful that so many of you elect to spend a part of your start of your weekend here with me and later on Joyce. All right, so what's been going on this week? Well, the big event was Sunday. I went to the Toledo Train Show, and those of you who are watching live at the moment know the train show actually, as big as it looked, was actually a bit smaller. We felt they were missing a row of tables. There was much more room between the first couple of rows. And they also moved some of the people that normally set up outside the hall inside the main room because they had a few cancellations for whatever excuses. But one of the big deals with the, for me was I probably spent more money both on camera as well as off camera than I have at the previous, I think I was saying 3 to 4 shows in the live stream and in the couple of videos I've done since. But I kind of went back and looked it up, and no, it's probably the last 5 live train shows combined. I really don't feel I spent that much. I spent on myself about $125, $130, I think, on myself. So it wasn't a lot of money to spend. See Brian's note. Holy crap. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot I turned the mic off before everything came in, so you didn't hear some of the background noise. Terribly sorry about that. Sorry. I greeted all of you, so I'm going to say hello to all of you again, but I don't think I'll read through the names. I was on the train show bit, so I'll talk about that. Last Sunday, I went to the Toledo Train Show, which still looked pretty big. A lot of you were commenting it looked like a nice big show, but actually it was smaller. Let's see, we got Sir Clive of Newland Railway just came in. We've got Rick from Bolts Bailey is here. And some reason he's not knighted, so let's fix that. I now redeclare you a knight of the round boy table. Anyhow, so yeah, I went to the Toledo Train Show and I did the live stream as I always do. I want to apologize. I used StreamYard for the first time at that live stream. I usually used something else. Interesting. You said you could hear all, but just not through that. Why does it have two mics going? It shouldn't have two mics going. And Sir Jason from the Cotton Belt, Colonel Cotton Belt just came in. Yeah, so I spent more money at that train show than the previous 5 train shows combined. I've been saying 3 or 4 in a couple of videos I put up this week, but it really was 5. I spent about $130, but anyhow, the big thing was finding that Orient Express set, which is going to be running down here. My apologies to all my UK friends, but the French have taken over down below. It's an all French lower layout today. The 100 Years' War reignites, or the Napoleonic Wars, whichever war were all the various wars where the British and the French fought for so many centuries. Hello, Sir Steve from 87 PSAP. And have I missed anybody else coming in? And Sir Chuck Shriver's in. So yeah, the Orient Express, that was a Jouef, and it's their lowest price point model. Okay, the cars are as basic as they can be. The locomotive is basic. It doesn't even have lights. In fact, it runs no power to the locomotive. There are no light points. So it was never designed to have lighting. But you know, who cares? I was after those cars. And what those coaches did was give me a chance to build a fictional long one where all the cars are in good shape and I like the way they look together. I've always been, when I got all the stuff from Herb, I liked the way they looked kind of on a shelf, putting certain ones together. But when it came to running, a lot of the cars needed work. The couplers were kind of messed up. And I used a couple of cars to fix the other cars. So yeah, it was, and then the other thing you might be able to see here, I bought this rake of 6 silver cars here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 7 of them. There's another one here, but this one was roached up, so I was using pieces of this one to repair another one. This one doesn't have the window things. The couplers are broke because I bought the box. And I paid, I think $50 for the box. So 7 cars for $50. And I'm going to repaint these anyhow. I'm going to do something crazy with these. So it has 2 of these. So not having this one is not a big deal. So I just kind of used pieces off of this one to like wheels to replace wheels on one that were a little messed up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody's still saying hi to each other. That's good. So yeah, for me, it was a very relatively successful train show. Finding that Orient Express and getting it for the price I did, I felt was a great deal. And I felt this was a good deal. Plus, I got 2 more Baltimore and Ohio cars to replace some of the doubles that I have on my current consist. And that was like $5 each because I think I paid $50 for 9 cars. You know, all of which I wanted. Hey, Sir Eric and Sir Billy, when he gets home from school, and Dame Kara, nice to have you all here. Randall says he's got to leave for a bit, back in about 45 minutes. So yeah, it was successful. and I'm very pleased with everything. The new loco ran really well. In fact, it looked like it had been maybe test run, and that was about it. So it's in really nice shape. So you'll see. I just divided the big set of cars into 2 rakes, and we're going to run the longest train I've ever run down here. So yeah, what else happened this week? Anybody who really follows my channel knows I have a bro crush on a guy in the UK, Jim from Hover Motion. He runs European trains. He runs the DC versions, but we share the love of Märklin and German trains. And he's got that fantastic layout, which I've had the honor to visit in person. And it's so funny. There is kind of a weird kismet there, because after being quiet for a while, because life was busy and everything else, he's put up like 1 short and 2 videos regarding a certain model train. And on Monday next week, and then probably a video on Tuesday from me, and I know I flooded your airwaves with a lot of videos this week. I'm sorry, I don't try to schedule things. I just, when I got something, I put it up so I can move on to the next thing. But anyhow, Monday of next week, there's going to be a reason I mentioned Kismet, because we seem to be in simpatico, because he started showing off this one train, and last week a deal came up on eBay, and I talked to the banker and worked a couple of things out, and I've made a purchase of a train that actually I was hoping to get in Herb's collection, but he had already sold it separately. That's very exciting to come. I've got a couple of things coming in as well. I'm still waiting for the part from Italy to finish that Class 50, which is working and running, that I bought for real cheap off of eBay. So yeah, I'm quite excited about all that. So all that being said, let's get some trains run, then I can babble about everything else. Okay, so on the layout today, for the most part, I just kind of was going for a pseudo-modern bit. I really didn't have a real theme. Again, usually my theme is trains I haven't run in a while. So in lane 1, we are running a Czech intercity Eurocity. If it stays within the country, it's an IC. If it goes outside the country, it's an EC. Okay, so we're going to put that one in motion. Pulled by a Vectron, a Class 193. Now one of my favorite locomotives, the Taurus, an E64. I forget if it's just E64 or E64U. There's probably a slight difference between them. But I usually know them by their class. There's 1016s, 1116s, 1216s. And I think there's even 1316s out there. But anyhow, this is the Taurus. More famous when it's in its railjet form. But this is pulling an Austrian intercity Eurocity Express. Well, not Express, but our first gremlin of the day. Hey, what are you uncoupling for? Get on with this. What is up with this? Oh, that's what's up with that. Why is that sticking so bad? All right, well, you know what? We're not going to take a risk with this. Let's just take you off and find out what the heck's wrong with you, why you're, and then we can put you back on later. You're running fine now. What the heck was going on with you? That's weird. Okay, sorry, I had a car uncoupling and its coupler was acting like it was stuck, but now that I've uncoupled it, it's acting like it's loose. All right, so anyhow, I just took it off. I'll mess with it a bit and see if I can find out why all of a sudden it was sticking so bad. But I'll just run with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car consist for a few minutes. I actually have a spare first class one I could throw on in its place. Yes, Eric, it will run. If you have a digital cab like NCE, the Euro stuff, if it's digital, runs on the same DCC unless it's Märklin. Märklin has its own consist, which is digital, but I think your NCE cabs read the MM protocol from Märklin as well. Oh, and you have just uncoupled again. Why are you doing this? What is going on with you? Why are you uncoupling? And next time around, all right, let's try to get everybody built back on. But why is the Loco, and now it's a different first car, and it's still uncoupled at the same point? So I'll find out what's going on here, hopefully soon. All right, next is an IC2, not an ICE, an IC. If it has a locomotive, it's an IC. If it's powered units, it's, cab, it'll be IC2. But we'll get this one going with the double IC2 double deckers. So the key is you either have to make one digital, one or the other's non-digital, or you build a layout where one loop is DC and one loop is DCC, or analog and digital as we like to call it. All right. So in line 4, I am running some freight, the hopper freight train with a 218 from the Pressnitzbahn company, which sublets out locomotives. In fact, this one comes with a sticker in the accessories bag that I can put a DB logo on it, because DB will occasionally need more locos than they have in their own fleet, and they'll rent them from companies. Anybody else coming? Sir Andy, Puck Andy, and Sir Gary from Lister Station and TMD. Nice to have you both here. All right, now on line 5, I just wanted to run, because I've been in an Orient Express mode, even before I went to the show, I wanted to run the closest thing my collection had to an Orient Express, and that is these classic Rheingold from the 1920s. Now, normally this can be pulled by a class 18. I really wanted to run this 03, so that's what I've got set up to run it and pull it today. So hopefully, and finally, way in the back, just for fun, Kyan did not pick this one out, but I think he might have. Kyan did not want to run trains this week because I had set up my live stream already on Sunday. I already said, okay, these are the trains I want to run. And Kyan came over. He didn't come over Tuesday because he was sick, but Sunday night and Thursday he came down here. Let's go downstairs, run some trains and paint some stuff over. I'm like, okay, let's go ahead, Kyan. And he wanted to pick out what trains to run. And I sort of like, I really don't want to go through the effort of yanking some of these trains and parking them and then pulling them out again. So I kind of told Noah, like, he could run the trains I already have on the track, and he wanted no part of that. He wanted to pick his trains, or he wasn't running the trains. I probably should have just done the better thing, the better grandpa thing, and yanked a couple of trains off and said, okay, pick them. But it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and I just didn't want to be bothered doing all that. So I did a bad grandpa thing this week. Hello, Sepper. Hello, Steve Childers. Did Christmas come early? Well, if you love them that much, you can think of it as a Christmas gift from me to you. I just was in the mood to run some stuff. So who did I want to speed up? I want to speed up this Pressnitzbahn. That is a Roco. And it's made with a lot of the same stuff that the 218 Roco released like 3 years ago that they had to recall and pull things out. This is from that same group, but they didn't pull this one. But it does have a bit of a speed issue. In other words, it doesn't go as fast as it should. And even if you go into the CVs and try to adjust it, it kind of argues with you. Okay, so way in the back is just this Herb Special, I call it. It's that custom painted DHG 500 made to look like a Persil wagon, and then all the Persil cars he had. So it's the Persil train. That's a Herb Special. Yeah, I love all variations of the Rheingold. And in fact, I'm going to give another hint. Next weekend, or next week's show, next Friday's show, is going to be a Rheingold show. I will leave it at that. It's going to be a Rheingold show. All right, so let's get to the floor and see who's running down below now that we got all these guys going and nobody is uncoupled. So let's go to the floor view. On the floor, yes, my UK friends, I hope you'll forgive me. Of course, if you're Scottish or Irish, you actually got a lot of help in your days from the French. It's only the English who had real problems with the French, usually. But the French have taken over the lower layout, so it's HO French instead of OO UK. So I have got the Rheingold and the current longest train I've ever run down below. I think this is longer than the Beatles albums set that I've run down there. I think this is longer. There you go. Get going. I am running most of my 9-car consists. This is 8-car, but I'm running the 9-car consists of the Orient Express. Yes, the cars are different eras and different routes, but I'm happy with it. Even if it's not prototype, it looks good. To be honest, the only car that in this consist I'm not happy with is that front baggage car. I would like either an all blue or a white and cream baggage, a blue and cream baggage car instead of the white, but I wanted 2 baggage cars and this was the better choice. Now, as you may know, if you watched my Orienting and Orient Express video this week, I said I had enough cars to make basically another short consist. That's what's running on the inner lane. So with that new 231 I got, somebody's a bit derailed. How did that happen? The cats aren't here anymore. So I have given these cars and locos a good clean. And so we are running a long and a short. That's the long and short of it. A long and short Orient Express combo down there. The big one's being pulled by a French 241R. The short one's being pulled by a 231. I forget if it's an A or an R as well. I don't know my nomenclature for most countries. I'm fairly familiar with German nomenclature to a degree, but British, I can recognize certain locos like a class 37, a class 20, the Delta X, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I still get confused between merchants and what have you. I know what an A4 looks like, blah, 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 blah. The class 43 is easy. I can occasionally confuse a class 43 with a class, is it 90 or 91? I forget which one. Those confuse me. Yep, carrying a lot of baggage today. Story of my life, a lot of baggage. I've gotten rid of a lot of it, but there's still a lot that likes to creep up. So anyhow, that's what we're running today. All right, let's try some. Come back here. I said stop. come back here. I'm going to see if I can add your one car back on. If I don't accidentally short the whole thing out, but we're going to try. I don't want to stop all the trains just to do one stupid thing. Man, Roco, you always get the wrong stop. All right. Now, you feel fine. You feel fine, so don't act up when I put you on. I'm going to try to put this car back on, and then I will finally try to completely catch up with the speed. Let's see if I can actually get this guy to go around. Out there, wait. Hey, Monsville, hello. I would like to add the general question, but I'll just make it a statement. I hope you're as well as can be. Someday I may get to that beautiful country of New Zealand, and I know you live in Australia, and I know why you're in New Zealand, and I know it has not been a vacation. Hey, KJ, Sir KJ. We are an hour ahead. We went to daylight saving times last Sunday. So yes, I expect a lot of people to come in going, wait, did you start early? Well, no, I started on time, but it's an hour early for all my friends over on the islands and continental Europe, anywhere else in the world. I don't even know if Canada went ahead with us. I don't even know if Canada changed time. Any Canadians working in the background can step in and answer that? Well, I think everybody's different, and we've got a bizarre situation with my little freight guy. So the gremlins are all about uncoupling today, so I gotta shut down the guy on the interior real quick. What is going on, monsieur? We do not tolerate this kind of insubordination. How did you uncouple and why? Verdammten Modellbahn. Gilson-Bruder. Was ist los mit Ihnen? Scheiße. You did fine in warm-ups, but now that the camera's on, oh yeah, we're going to be difficult today. We're just going to uncouple and cause problems. All right, well, and yep, the Czech car uncoupled again, and I'm fixing one uncoupling and the other guy uncoupled. This is annoying the crap out of me. Stop! Okay, I can start everybody back up now. Just bring that other guy in. And somebody's derailed down here. Yeah, they're gremlins. Hello, squirrel. All right, you gotta time this right. And now you're at the all. Sorry, gotta stop everything again and catch this here. All right, it is definitely, this car is being a problem. I don't know why. But we're just going to have to take you off as soon as I connect to you. You're getting stuck, and then all of a sudden you loosen up again. Probably needs just a little lube on the... All right, let's get everybody back in business here and find out who is on or derailed down here. Well, whatever it was, I straightened it out without knowing what I did. Okay. Now, seems like we're going to have... I did test run these, but only a couple laps. I don't know anything. I have 2 French locomotives. No, 3. I have 3 French locomotives. And we just had another accident. Oh my God. Well, that was just brilliant. Oh. You ahead and get you out of there. I'm not getting 10 minutes away from my screen there. I'm just going to leave you two off. I don't even bother trying to figure out why you come coupled. Sorry about that, my friends. But if it can go wrong, it's going wrong. Yeah, last week wasn't bad. And this week's making up for it. Hey, Sir Greg, and there's our CEO, Sir Tim. Hope you're well. All right, let's get off the floor with you guys watching me do one disaster after another. And yeah, let's go back and start that guy on the inside again, and hopefully he won't uncouple again. 4 different trains acting up. 4 out of 6 or 4 out of 8's not good. Vive la résistance. Indeed. Let's see if we can finally get everybody in order. Nope. Oh. What is going on with you? Why are you uncoupling? That's these crappy. Did I put the wrong one back on? All right, there's one way to solve this problem. We're going to take out this coupler and put in a different coupler, one that's more Märklin friendly. I want to know why you guys are acting up. As soon as I pull you up, you are stiff, like you can't move, and then all of a sudden, you're fine. You're not having any trouble connecting to your other dudes, but you are definitely struggling connecting to this short coupler. One more time. So the Czech and the French are being very disagreeable right now. They're not Märklin couplers, Fernand. They're not Märklin couplers. This is Piko coupler and a Roco coupler. And out of the bunch, I'm blaming the Piko coupler. Now, mind you, this train has pulled these cars many, many times over the last year and a half since I got that loco and never had this uncoupling problem. So something is weird today, whatever it is. Standard Roco coupler, but in all honesty, I blame the Piko because I think Piko are the worst couplers next to ESU. This is the all plastic coupler, and it's awful. But I haven't had problems with it, with this Roco, until today. Anyhow, welcome to the channel, even though you're catching me dealing with a couple of odd issues. So the next thing to look at is are they uncoupling at the same place? But that hasn't been so. They've uncoupled in a couple of different places. But what's weird is when I pick up the Piko car, its entire kinematic is acting like it's stiff, and then all of a sudden it's loosened and going fine. So it just might be I need to put some plastic lube between the coupler and where it rubs along the bottom of the car. And that might be all the issue is that the plastic is getting a little worn, which is why I don't like plastic couplers. Hello, Sir Josh. Welcome in. But we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. But that's the thing about this hobby. Something will work right 100 times in a row. 101, it acts up. And then 102, it goes right back to being fine. Well, hey, Sir Artie, you are back home in Australia now? All right. Well, that's one lap since I changed coupler successful. But yeah, I set everything up and I ran everything in. I did a little test run. I was hoping with Kyan I'd do some more test running, because I really do try to give them 3 to 5 laps in testing, because usually if a problem's going to be there, it'll show up. Some weeks I don't test the trains at all. Something comes off, or I just didn't come down here for whatever reason, and I just set the trains up and I don't test them until right before the show. At Detroit Airport, waiting for me to pick you up. Well, it would be appropriate if I were to pick you up at Detroit Airport today, because we have 60-mile-an-hour winds here. Which is about 90 kilometers an hour. You have to change your couplers on for your train show. Okay. Well, welcome in Anthony Downs, a fellow Anthony D. And Sir Ray Bertelson is here. Sir Anthony Downs. Sounds like a good prime minister name, doesn't it? Sir Anthony Downs. Hey, Sir Fixlot, how are you? Yeah, see, and there you go, Chris. You guys, you can't just say Anthony D. You're going to have to say Anthony Downs. Otherwise, I think you're talking to me because, well, I'm egocentric that way. And 2 loops. Maybe 3. Maybe that's 3 now since I changed the coupler on it. Took off that crappy Piko coupler. And the thing is, I usually have these cars in a set order, and it may be I reversed the 2 first-class cars, and I put this one on. But like I said, it was weird because it ran several loops fine when I took the one same car off that it immediately started having problems with, but then all of a sudden it uncoupled with that one. So I think it was just the Piko coupler fighting the Roco coupler. So I put a Märklin Telex coupler, or Relics, you know, the standard Märklin as opposed to the Märklin short. But that's my thing. I just don't have a lot of spare Märklin couplers right now, and I haven't needed them. I've got about, let's see. have about 6 of the telex couplers. And let's see, how am I doing with the closed couplers? Oh, that's on my POS rejects. I should just throw all these away, but I hang on to them in case it's an emergency. I do have a bunch of Märklin current conducting closed couplers and a couple of non-current conducting couplers, but I need these. These are going on the German IC with the lights that I picked up for them, and I just have to wire them so that I don't have to have a ski on each car. I'm going to run the current from one pickup straight through. That's going to be a summer project. I'm not going to get into that now. Hey, Bohemian is here. Yeah, one of the mustache hairs could be. Yeah, you never know what's going to throw the train space and time continuum off. The gremlins come out for various reasons. You mock them. Update next comment. Yeah, I don't know when my next trip to Denmark will be. Probably not for 3 years or more, sadly, because we've already got this year planned, and then we have Australia and the UK planned. So Australia is, I believe, next year. This year we're going back to Germany, but we're not going to. The closest I will be to Denmark is Joyce and I are spending about a week in the town of Neumünster, which is about an hour or so south of Flensburg. We're going to go up to Kiel. We're going to spend a day in Kiel. And then we'll probably go up to Flensburg. We've been to the model train shop at Hobbykaden in Aalborg. We've been to Hobbykaden. John McCard took us there. I'm having good reliability with magnetic couplers as they stop back and forward movement on incline. Yeah, I saw those. I don't know, was it your channel or somebody else did them, Chris, where they were demonstrating putting them in? I think it was yours. For the most part, I don't have a problem with trains coming back down the incline. I do have some locos that just aren't strong pullers like this. This Pressnitz I would have to crank up the speed to get it to go up the incline because it just doesn't have a lot of pulling power. And then once it gets level, it goes zoom coming down the other side. Most of my locomotives can handle the incline. I don't think I have anybody coming in. Where is it? But you can kind of see the incline beginning right about here. The incline begins right about here. Bonsoir, Thierry. The last 3 cars on the freight train, what are they? Oh, those are Viva. And hello, Sir Thomas of Split Rock. Convenient coming in. We're running that wonderful gift you gave us today. Let's go to this camera. You'll just see it going around the corner there. But the last 3 cars are those HF Viva. Use them. I really should have those at the front of the train, but I decided to add them at the last minute, and again, too lazy to simply uncouple the first car, roll the set back. So I just strung them at the end because I wanted it to be a slightly longer train. But hopefully by 8 o'clock tonight, I won't have to worry about making this train longer because I am bidding on something on eBay that's turned into a little bit of a bidding war. And what I did is I just put in my maximum bid right away and just said, here's the most I'm willing to pay for this. And it's a set of iron ore cars, iron hoppers, or coal hoppers. Coke hoppers. They're coke hoppers. And I thought they would look good on this, although they're actually Era 4. And my hoppers are Era 4, 5, and 6. Oh, they'll fit in. Who cares? I'm not that persnickety that way. So here it comes into view. There it is. I do love that blue 218, the looks of it. It's just not a strong runner or puller. It does fine on level. It's handling this long train, and some of those three cars at the end are heavy. They have got metal weights in them. And it's doing a fine job pulling them, knock on wood. Yeah, taking even a short break of freight up my incline, and it struggles. Oh my, Sir Fixlet. That's a bit of a scary story there. Woke up and thought, oh, the memories of being married. So it's a set of 5 Märklin coal hoppers. And like 10 people were nickel diming after like 10 bids. It was up to $17 or something like that. So I threw in a bid, and I became lead bidder at $19 because I was just testing the waters to see. And then I waited a couple of days, and everything was quiet. And then I just said to hell with it, and I put in my maximum bid. I really want them, but I'm not going to pay more than I want to pay for them. But, you know, the problem is these actually are preloaded and pre-weathered. And nothing else on my layout is weathered. Oh, you're just going to have to start weathering everything. Nope. I don't weather. I think it looks cool. The people who do it are awesome. So many great channels with their own way of weathering, and they're all great. But no, my trains live in Queensville. No, I've been married, this will be year 39. In 4 months, it'll be 3 months, it'll be year 39. We've been together 39 years, 42, almost 43. We dated for almost 4 years and then got married. And like any marriage, we've had tough times, but it's never been me against her or her against me. And we've had our rows, we've had our disagreements, arguments at times, but Moldy Raspberry is the best at weathering. I cannot argue with that. I just know too many people that also do brilliant. Moldy Raspberry, Lewis, why he doesn't have as many subscribers as the biggest channels, I don't know, because he really is one of the best scenery modelers and locomotive modelers in the world, period. He is absolutely amazing. Now, when I say one of the best in the world, that's a group of 20,000 guys, so, you know, and women. So, but yeah, his stuff is exquisite. I look at the famous German professional layout designer, Joseph Brandl. I look at his work, and I look at Lewis's work from Moldy Raspberry. I don't see a qualitative difference. Lewis could go to work for any layout building company and be with their ranked as one of their best. I hope that doesn't offend people saying that, but Lewis is amazing. Now, mind you, there's another guy that I think is as good as Lewis, and he's got like 350 subscribers or whatever it is, but he doesn't put stuff out there, but he's brilliant. And actually, if you turn the sound off, I don't think you can distinguish his videos from Lewis's videos. I think he's Green Hill Junction, but I might be confusing that with somebody else. It might be Green Hill Junction. I could be wrong, but I have to go through my list of subscriptions. Rarely puts out a video, but when he does, his layout is exquisite. The only difference is Lewis cleverly uses live sounds for his trains and background during his video. This guy uses just the sounds off of his stock. There's heads, it's up and down. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Well, you can't have downs without the ups, and you can't have ups without the downs. And that can be dirty talk if you want it to be as well. Well, philosophically speaking. See, this camera is 4K, but you're only seeing it in 1080. But the colors in it are just so right. When I look at this on the screen and I look at it next to me, there's no difference. This is a very accurate camera. It's the thing. Yeah, you've had a crazy last year, Artie. You know, this time last year, a lot of stuff was coming to a head, if you remember. It's been a year, but this time last year, things had finally reached a head going into April, and then all of a sudden, bam, it finally came to a head. And then you took off for 3 months to Europe, just under 3 months, just under 90 days. And then you came to America and spent, 2 months in America? 6 weeks, 7 weeks in America, whatever it was. And then you went home for a couple of weeks, and then you came back to America for a week. Plus all the issues you've had at your house, just get things. Well, welcome to Skill Bells. Well, I don't know if you're into model trains, Skellbells, but welcome in. We talk about everything here except religion and politics. No religion, no politics, not even innuendo. Everything else, hobbies, interests, music, movies. I just run trains, and a bunch of people come and watch my trains move, and then I babble about stuff, and they talk about more important things. So, I'm now declaring you a knight of the rhomboid table. You are now a knight of the rhomboid table, and have the blue shield and the blue spanner. And you can now post links to your channel. Monsville's leaving us. All right, Monsville, take care. It depends on who your favorite train lady is. My favorite train lady is, I guess, Joyce, although she would say she's not a train lady, but she is. She may not be down here running trains, but she is an inimitable part of this conglomerate that is the Model Train Outsider. Even her own channel, she's the Model Train Outsider Misses. don't have a lucky number. I can make a dirty joke and tell you a lucky number, but we won't go there. But I've already told the joke without telling the joke. Your brother loves model trains, goes to the shows and everything. That's cool. I had no connection to model trains until a couple of years ago. I was traveling in Germany. I was taking students to Germany every year, and I just fell in love with the train system and decided it was so much easier, and you son of a gun, you suddenly uncoupled again. What am I going to do? Where are you? Actually, you're uncoupling close to me. Dude. Should I just change you out? I don't have another. I mean, I could put the 101 on you. Where did I put it? There it is. Guaranteed not to short out the track. Why are you guys acting so? It's just, I don't know if it's just you're eating up. Roco? Oh, look at them. I'm going to put the 101 on here. Why are you guys doing so? This is weird. What are you touching up on? The spring's okay. Huh. Sorry guys, doing a little surgery off screen. Let's see. Well, I myself have been an outsider my entire life. I was the first boy with a bunch of sisters. I'm the only left-hander my family has in recorded history. Everybody in my family was mechanically oriented, and I came out an academic. Although I consider myself fairly mechanical proficient, I just wasn't the super skilled master plumber, electrician, carpenter that all the other men in my family, or the consummate artist, my mother, who could draw and paint with the best of them, despite her psychoses. see if this starts to come, but this actually is a natural consist. I put the 101 on because all of a sudden my Czech 193 is acting up, so I want to see if something happened with it. Where did I put that? There it is. Hey, I see Dwight Curley's here. Hey, Dwight, Sir Dwight, how are you? YouTube, that would be a good time. Hey, somebody I think before I got distracted here was asking about favorite model railway woman. My favorite, Joyce never gets here till the last hour of the show or even the last half hour. She's at work. She comes home from work anytime between 5 and 5:30. Now she only works 10 minutes away from the house. She walks. Get to the choppers. Hey there, Sir Mick. Yeah, Sir Mick. The door bar is open. Quick, hurry, there's no time. That's my Liam Neeson impression. Kyan loves it. I've got Kyan saying it now. Every now and then when he wants to do something like, come on, Opa, quick, hurry, there's no time. He doesn't quite do it. And hello, Sir Simon. Yes, they were giving me some fits early on. I had to shorten one train down. I was running it as a 8-car consist. I think it's down to 6. But it is looking fine. But yeah, I'm lefty. Everybody in my family is artistically drawn. Everybody in my family can sing except me and my brother. My brother doesn't. His voice is probably better than mine, but he inherited the other artistic traits. So yeah, I grew up in fairly poor neighborhoods where kids did not go to school to become educated, and I was top student. And so that meant I got into all kinds of fights and was not a popular kid in the school. You think you could sing, but everyone runs away. You'll find out the whole story as soon as you publish your videos. I'll publish my return video. What coaches do they have at Mean Valley Railway? Yeah, nice at the round plate table. If you want rain, I sing. I sing because I can't get anybody else to sing. Joyce will sing. And if Joyce looks at the song and says, I can't sing this, then either I sing it or it doesn't get done. I would happily love to have one of you that thinks you have a good voice take over the male roles. In some ways, it would kind of be a shame because I do like the fact that Joyce and I do it in-house. That Joyce and I, all Welshmen think they can sing. Now, I've heard all Welshmen can sing. That they just have naturally lilted voices. Hello, Sir Andre. Wie geht's, wie steht's? And Randall is back. Oh, so you're doing the garden layout. Wow. Well, we can make that joke. They're French, which means they're difficult. I'm speaking English, which of course would offend them right away. I need TTRE to encourage these guys. But right now they're going. All right, we've been on this camera a while. Let's go to the 11 lane. And then I'll start moving around. I've just been fighting one derailment after another, or uncoupling after another. garden layout. Joyce made the joke of putting in a garden layout, and like she was half serious, almost like she was testing the waters. And I said, no, we are not. That would be a distraction of money for all the trains I want for down here. But don't you have enough trains down there? And I look at her like, are you crazy? Dearest love of my life, are you insane? There's no such thing as enough trains. How many trains do you need? At least one more. If you have 6 trains, 7 would be better. If you have 100 trains, 101 would be better. You got from a policeman in a coal mine. Well, I'd like to know what you were doing with a policeman in a coal mine. That's a different story. Yeah, I haven't done any of the aerial views, but it's a work in progress. That's how you keep your wife busy. I don't have to keep my wife busy. She keeps herself busy. I try to slow her down. I try to encourage her to sit down and breathe. And Joyce, as many of you know, she will come in and go. She will work an 8 to 10 hour day. She will immediately go exercise and do something else. And then she'll sit down and she'll go, I don't know why I'm so tired. I feel like I should be doing something. No, sit there. And you guys here on this live stream, I need to be doing something. I need to be doing something. Sitting and doing nothing. Did I see your new HO wagons? Yes, I did. I left a comment on that video. Thou shalt not count the quantity. The number of my train shall be 3, and 3 shall the number be, unless I decide on 4, or maybe 5. We'll just kind of take part of a Monty Python bit and run with it 90 degrees off. Stop her from buying more animals. Oh, Joyce would like to buy more animals, but that's been a firm no. I'm done with pets. No more cats, no more dogs. So she got fish. I gave her fish. The fish will not ruin my layout or chew up the furniture. And of course, if a dog's chewing, it's because the dog is nervous. But when you get a puppy and train, you got to train them, and they could do a lot of damage until then. Your train lady is your mom. That's cool. Yep. Joyce will happily nod her head yes while I talk to her all about what I'm doing with trains right now. And then if I feel like she wasn't paying attention, I'll say, by the way, there's this train for $200 on eBay I'm going to bid on. Do you have a problem with? Is it okay if I buy it? Yes, honey. Yes, that's fine. Yes, that's great. Okay, and then I'll buy it. It shows up. She's like, what'd you buy this for? I told you I was going to buy it. You said go ahead. I have never used Kato Track. This is not Kato Track. This is Märklin C-Track. And I have always used Märklin C-Track. In fact, it's on the wrong computer. I've got a picture to show you guys that this color actually is not wrong. There are many parts of Germany where the ballast is this color, where this is actually realistic. Oh, I hear that, Mick. Oh my goodness. It's driven me crazy because now Märklin has no idea who I am or what trains I like, but it's like they kind of do because they announce all these wonderful trains and I put them on pre-order and then they announce the release date, and all the ones I like, November, December. And we're not talking a little $90 locomotive. We're talking a $400 or $500 multiple unit set, another $300 car set, a $300 loco I really like. Blah, blah. And it's like, that would be a lot of money to spend right at Christmas when I'm supposed to be spending money on other people, not myself. Joyce usually says, we'll get one for your birthday and one for Christmas and call it good. And I tried. Why am I using OBS on StreamYard? Because the last few times I tried to stream just with OBS, my internet company, OBS my internet company and YouTube were not liking how much signal I was sending. StreamYard automatically constricts the quality of my video, so I'm broadcasting at 1080, but if it senses something's wrong with the feed to YouTube, it'll drop it down to 960, and then back up to 1080 when things are okay. It automatically adjusts. OBS does not. So I was having a lot of crashing problems. So I really want to do a live stream again and just see if my OBS will start working, because there really was OBS upgraded, YouTube upgraded, OBS upgraded, and YouTube did another upgrade, and then Windows upgraded. And since that 6-way upgrade happened, my OBS kept crashing. I used OBS without crashing for years. And then a couple years ago, I started having a bunch of crashes, and it was my internet company. So we changed internet companies. Everything was fine. But then that internet company, their box kept losing signal. So it wasn't OBS. So I went back to my old internet company with an improved system. And everything was great for a couple of months. And all of a sudden, crash. And found out it wasn't my internet company this time. Now it was OBS. So OBS into StreamYard, it's a little extra work, but it means I can pop things up on screen. Oh, congrats and good luck with that. Congrats and good luck with that. I hope you have a lot of customers to keep you going. I would think if you're, hopefully you would branch out into Australian, New Zealand trains, or even British trains, since a lot of New Zealanders and Australians do UK trains, because I don't know if Märklin down there, I know you get a lot of business, because I know a lot of Märklin guys in New Zealand. I know quite a few Märklin guys in Australia, and they complain about the, although my friend Hardy from Australia here, he orders from Model Bond Shop Lipa, my favorite shop, and seems to be happy with them overall. But yeah, you probably want to make sure you have 2-rail, because I don't know, because even here in the United States, except on the East Coast, well, even the East Coast shops do 3-rail and 2-rail, but the all-European train shops, there's a few of them. And then there's Renaud's here in about 5 hours west of me. Someday I'm actually going to go to Renaud's store. I'm going to take the credit card and just walk through the store and see what they have. Oh, that's very nice. Would your mom like to adopt me? Let's see, is anybody coming up the ramp? Let's look up the ramp real quick. Up the ramp, is anybody coming? Yes, there we go. We'll follow this guy around the layout. So this is the up the ramp cam. Up the ramp, because it's at the top of the ramp. Now this is the station cam, because it's coming into Dumb and Horse Station, which is an actual one. And then overhead village view. That's the whole town of Dumb and Horse with a big sinkhole in it. The mobile view. Coming in with the Dumb and Horse low view, which is probably one of the best scenic views of watching a train. And then the DB view, because the camera's called a DB. The bridge view, because the camera's on a bridge. The workstation cam, because it's on my workstation right next to me. The 11-lane view, because you can see 11 lanes of trains. The Joyce view, because it's the camera that Joyce is on when she comes in. The Bremen corner view, because it's the corner of Bremen. And then the Bremen Bahnhof view. And then it goes around the dead corner where you can't see it, and then it comes out. So there you can see it. So that's a loop around the upper part of the layout. And here you can see my little attempts at throwing some buildings on so that these look like populated areas. All those gray 3D and orange 3D printed buildings that I need to work on. And I've been sitting there for 3 years since I printed them unpainted. Although Kyan's painting a bunch of them now, but not the colors for a good German town. Beautiful rainbow buildings, but yeah. And then down on the floor, we haven't seen these guys in a while. They seem to have got their crap together. This beautiful 2-4-1 coming at you from the right-hand side. Although technically being French, they're running the wrong direction, but I ran them the UK way. So the French trains in the UK. They're Norman trains. They just showed up one day and said, "Hello, we are taking over." Well, what are you doing in England? Mind your own business. So we got two little Orient Expresses. The one down to 6 cars because I took 2 cars off. I'm thinking of trying to put them back on. Yeah, why not? By golly, I know it's working. Don't mess with it when it's working. Don't mess with it when it's working, but I'm a natural born messer with her. You know you want to right. But you're not. Dude, what is your major malfunction? How about now? I was making a sound like you. Aha! I see you now. Yep. You sneaky little demon. Why are you being so difficult? The two couplers don't like each other. Yeah, those bogey-mounted couplers, man, I hate them. I hate bogey-mounted couplers, but all the old companies did that. Yeah, I'd like to. It ran beautifully the other night, and of course, I filmed the video running it up here as well. Now it's running on radius 3 curves down here, so it really should be fine. But the Lima coupler and the Jouef coupler, even though they're both owned by Hornby, they're slightly different, and they are both on the bogey, and they're catching on to each other in the curve, and then forcing the bogey to stay in the curve position once it straightens out. And as always, while I'm down here, I nail this camera, but there we go. But there it is as an 8 car consist. Next week, I don't know if I'll run it up top next week. Well, those are baggage cars. Those are baggage cars. So I assume that's where guys that sat in baggage cars could look out and see things. Like look behind them, look forward. Did I mess with it? Yes, I did. No, that's not Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. I broke the law. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in my opinion, it was broke. Because I had 2 cars that should have been on it that weren't because they were acting up. So now I put it back on. Because I can't let those cars win. I have to win. Hey, model train aficionado, Sir Chris, how are you? You have your eye on that Jouef 8742 HO scale steamer. Good. Well, there's a bunch of videos on how to put it in. As far as putting in a decoder in a 2-rail, especially a Jouef, I don't know. I mean, putting in a decoder is putting in a decoder. It'd be just like anything else. You know, the train may be a French steam locomotive, but if you've ever put in a decoder in another locomotive, it's the same thing. It's just finding the decoder that will fit in. Now, I know how to put Märklin stuff into Märklin, and even then I can get lost. Nightmare of a job. It is not a nightmare of a job. And you need to come back to America because your repair on that, you're messing about with the Virgin that perked her up for a while. She's missing you because she needs re-perked. That little Virgin 43. Oh, I love it. I've got a few dome cars. My Rheingolds have dome cars, and I got an Amtrak dome car. So I'm cool with dome cars. I like them. Well, again, it helps you see. Anything that helps you see when you're on a train, I think, is a good thing. Yeah, the baggage cars are where the crews have their brakes. And you would also, because you didn't have cabooses with baggage cars on these trains. You had a baggage car at the front and a baggage car at the back. All right, so we've been on the floor for a while. Let's go to the overhead and stay there for a little bit. The long view. This is called the long view, but it gives you the best example of the expanse. If you have never heard the expanse of the layout, it is 23 feet along the back. The outer line is about 21 and a half feet into the curve, counting about halfway through the curve. So it's about 23 feet long. You've got an 8-foot plus a bit more. This table is 8 foot by 11 and a half foot. This table is 8 foot by, no, I got that backwards. This table is 8 foot by 12 and a half foot. This table is 8 foot by 11 and a half. So 8 by 12 and a half, 8 by 11 and a half. And then this middle section is 30 inches deep and just over 6 feet wide. But my sitting area is narrower than that because I've got benches here. I've got my test track and practice track here. And I'm sorry, my programming track and my test and repair track. Test and so forth. They are Pullman coaches, but that was a luxury train based on the Orient Express called the Rheingold. And basically, they went predominantly north-south directions and then up all the way into the Netherlands or over to Paris, but they ran along the Rhine River. And there are variations of it, just like there are variations of the Orient Express. But this is a late 1920s edition. I'll try to catch it around with the... I just missed it. Here you'll see it coming through the Bahnhof, except the Austrian train's gonna... But those are gorgeous, gorgeous coaches. They are the nicest coaches I have. They're exquisite. But they're Pullman coaches, and they're called the Rheingold. And there are I have two different types of Rheingold. I've got the brown and cream, which is running today, and then there's the Bavarian blue and cream that I run now and then as well. Hey, Lord Al is here. Hello, Lord Al. I shouldn't be, but I'll double check. Oh, you sneaky.
Let's see if that's better. Oh, my goodness. Does that help? Is the sound suddenly much better? StreamYard just randomly picks a different camera a different microphone every now and then. It just, oh, you know what? We're going to use this as a microphone, even though I have a microphone that calls itself a microphone. It says, yeah, we're going to use this thing connected to a camera, even though they're all switched off on my OBS. So I don't know, StreamYard just having one of its power plays. We'll tell you which one. Yeah, trains are lower. Well, yeah, you had a microphone next to the trains. I think it was either the bridge cam or the DB cam. Hello, Sir Edward. Sounds better now. I can sing. I cannot sing. I have a horrible voice. Every now and then I can try to do a rock and roll growl. If you think I'll sit around as the world goes by, you're thinking like a fool. It's a case of do or die. Out there is a fortune waiting to be had. If you know, so I could probably do all right in a Finnish death metal band, you know, where you're not really worried about the quality of singing. Hello, Sir Edward from the Happy Valley. I can occasionally do impersonations. Like when I was younger, I could imitate Cat Stevens, but I could not hit his range. I can do voices. I can do the voices of the Beatles, but I can't sound like the Beatles when I sing. Trust me, if I could do that, I would do that. The minute I start singing, any attempt at a voice goes out the window. I cannot both sing and impersonate somebody. I can merely alter my voice. You know, like when I do Rusty Twanger, the cowpoke crooner in Matt Clark. God, I've got to get back to writing that. I just would like a week where I didn't have so many things that keep my brain from getting into my writing mode. You do an excellent impression of a homeless Gandalf. Oh. Don't go there, Andy. To be honest, I know why he picked a song like that, but it depresses me. I really hate it. I like polka songs, and I don't mind that song, but I hate that that's the song he picked for me. I really am not happy with it. So many of you get cool songs, and I get roll out the barrel. But I try to take it with good humor. You can't voice that. Now, that's just it. I can do voices, not even impressions. I can just make up. Anybody who follows Matt Clark knows. I've got, you know, if you count Series 4 and you count all the Christmas specials, I'm over 150 different characters' voices. Now, half of them, I could not tell you how they talk at this moment. I would have to go get my notes and then maybe even listen to them again. Like there's a character that's only been in, he was in the first Christmas special and he appeared briefly in season 2. He's the conductor named Nathan Mayfault or Nat Mayfault, which is supposed to sound like not my fault. And right now, I cannot tell you how his voice sounds. Now, some characters I could just immediately go into. You know, all the main characters. Now, Bobby, I'm getting tired of you calling me names. Oh, for Pete's sake, can we just rob trains and kill people like respectable criminals? Yeah, that's kind of a fear, to believe it or not, Sir Fix-a-Lot. Yeah, I was, although Joyce read to our kids and was beautiful reading to our kids, I think if my kids were fully honest, they might say they preferred it when Dad read because Dad did all the voices. That's like when I read my kids The Hobbit, I have 12 dwarves, Gandalf and Bilbo, plus all the other ancillary characters. And I gave each one a voice. And the worst thing is the first couple of days I'd have, and after a while I'd start just mixing the voices because I didn't put notes down of how Bilbo, Bombor, and them were all going to sound. And I would do a voice and the kids would go, Dad, that's not Bilbo, that's Bombor. I'm like, oh, God. Keeping the dwarves straight was an emotional was an emotional nightmare reading to my kids. Dad, that's not Dwaylen, that's Balin. Oh, no, I knew what you meant, but that's why I said that's a fear of mine. That's why I said it's a fear of mine. I mean, dementia is a fear anyhow. Having watched Joyce's mom go into severe dementia before she passed. My friend Dean, not Model Railway Shed, Dino, but my longtime best friend Dean, was in dementia the last few weeks, which was hard to bear. Yeah, I used to mess with dogs, do that too. Sad news. Minnie Mouse is more than just a guy. It is a clone of Mickey Mouse. If you take a Mickey Mouse and slap the pink dress with white hearts or polka dots, it's Minnie. Same thing with Daisy. Daisy is Donald Duck. They're genetic clones. Draw Mickey Mouse, throw a dress on him. Hey, Sir John, you can do lots of voices. You were a puppeteer. Yeah, I mean, maybe if somebody had encouraged me with a lot of things when I was young, I mean, I'm happy with the profession I chose and the long years I gave to it. But if somebody had encouraged me, because even as a kid, I did voices. But my dad had a sense of humor for old time comedy, but like if I'd sit around and try to do voices, and he loved ventriloquists. But if I just did voices to be silly, my dad just, stop it with that stupid nonsense. I wanted to be a professional puppeteer? No, voice actor. I didn't want to be I never knew. I mean, I watched all the cartoons, so I know people, but it was always famous actors. I didn't think of it as a job you went into. It's like, hey, we need you, Casey Kasem, radio guy. We need you to do Shaggy, and we need you to do this character. You need to be Robin. You know, I never thought, oh, that's a career you could go into. It's like they already took people that were famous for their voices and put them in the cartoons. You know, Kevin Conroy, who passed away a year or two ago, he made a career, although he did hundreds of other voices and did video games as well, but he made a career out of being the voice of Batman and all the Batman cartoons beginning in the late 80s, early 90s. He made a career out of that. It was a Bugs Bunny thing too. So it was a guy in a Minnie Mouse outfit. Ah. All right. Well, if we see you next week, awesome. If not, we'll miss you. But we appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. The more the merrier. I'm always just amazed. That's not a mouse. This is a mouse. Need Paul Hogan to do that. Well, hello, is that Ray? Is MM? Hello, Sir Ray. Greetings. Great to have you in here as well. Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, if you ever watch anything dubbed into German or even Joyce, it's the same. I swear it's the same voice in 60 years of German videos. Whenever it's a kid, whether it's a boy or a girl, it's the same voice. It's like, and then I went to Germany and heard a bunch of 6 and 7 year olds talking, and they all sound like that. on a subway in Hamburg, and you just hear 30 voices. And I'm just looking at the teachers like, do you ever tell them to be quiet? And they're like, no, we have to let them find themselves. It's like, in America, the teacher would be going, sit down and be quiet. And the bus driver would be yelling. But I guess on the subway, the only ones to yell be quiet are the adults on it. We don't have any accidents. We only have accidents when we go to other countries and find you all on the other side of the road. That's right. Porky Pig. They had to wear shirts, but they never wore pants. Porky even wore the bow tie and a jacket, but not a shirt. They definitely didn't wear pants. The first word, hey, Sir Raymond, how are you? Raymond Legs. Yeah, the first word a German kid learns is 9. I don't believe that for a second because they don't get told 9 when they're little. None of them. Now, Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny had no clothes on. The only fully clothed figures were the humans, you know. Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd. Be very quiet. I'm hunting a screwy rabbit. Even Marvin the Martian, he had the little green skirt, but nothing on below it except his tennis shoes. You're making me so angry. It's gone. Where's the Imodium Q38 Earth Exploder? I have to explode the Earth. It is blocking my view of Venus. You're making me so angry. So very, very angry. Oh, you got, hey, it's Ray from Ray Central. Yeah, I got to get back to the Earth. The Earth? Why, I'm going to blow it up. Oh, well, if you're going to blow it up, don't bother then, Doc. Blow up the Earth? Why are you going to blow up the Earth? It blocks my view of Venus. Vegas wasn't safe. Artie, you have no clue. Hello, Fresno Jason. Welcome, Sir Jason. I don't want no tea. It gives me a headache. I'm Mrs. Rabbit, and I've been so worried about him. All right, now just to drive those of you on phones crazy, we go to multi-view. Oh, Raymond, so many of those cartoons, even Rocky and Bullwinkle. I laughed hysterically when I was a kid at Rocky and Bullwinkle. And then as a teenager, I was like, how was I laughing at that as a kid? Even Bugs Bunny has a lot of adult jokes hidden. Or not so hidden. Yeah, see? There you go. I knew what. Did you miss the sinkhole in my layout? No. Well, you must have because it's been there for about 2 months. Yeah, that is so I can access and work on the Fowler car and other things. I've got the Fowler car. The Fowler car is working. People are still, I was in a channel the other day and somebody made a joke about Anthony never getting his Fowler car. The Fowler car is working. I just got to clean up the road and get rid of a couple of points where the ski is jamming. But otherwise, the bus goes around and makes the turns and stops at the stops. The Fowler car system is working and has been working. I just have, ever since I put the road tape down, I am just going through slowly and finding areas. As soon as I find one area it snags and clean it up and it stops snagging there, it decides to find somewhere else. And then I have to paint the area again. Looks like an underground shopping center. Nope, that's just my access point, which I need to lose about 10 pounds so I can get into it easier. I lost 70 pounds a couple of years ago, and I put about 25 of it back on, 25 of it back on in the last year. Oh, that's good. So, actually, I think I've got the motors unplugged. I'd have to go back and check. Oh, the battery's almost dead in this. See, right there is a snag. I just got to fix this right here where he's snagging. And yeah, I've got, it didn't turn here because the motors are off. They're unplugged. And there's your other snag. And then it works its way through, but it got snagged on this piece. Yeah. So the like I said, I got the motors turned off. But it's working. It does turn through. It is working, but there are places. Anywhere there's a seam on the road tape, that stupid ski catches on it, no matter how low it is. So I have to take a razor, and I've eliminated a couple, but I've got this little razor, and you can only use the razor so many times because then all the glue on the road tape just gets stuck on the razor, and no matter how much you clean it up or resharpen it, eventually the razor just doesn't work as well anymore. So you have to go in and kind of shave down the seam until it levels out, and then it finds the next one to jam on. And now the battery in it needs recharged. Don't lose the screw. I won't lose the screw on that one. I just lost the screw on the one, and actually I think I may have found it. I just found a teeny tiny screw and totally forgot. Oh yeah, that might be. Yeah, Jill. Yeah. Hey, Steve from Worthington. How are you? Yeah, the Maserati. So yeah, I'm finding potholes in my layout roadway. And the thing is, that's one of the things on the shopping list when I go to Germany is to buy 2 more bus chassis. I bought the bus, but I'm going to put the Delmenhorst City bus chassis on them. But I'll just wait till I go to Germany, because in Germany I can get them for about $60 each. If I order them through shipping, they'll be $110 each. Well, there's that Sir Raymond of Bertelsen. Yep. A lot of models from 2020. Microwaves. It's hard. A train 5 years in a locomotive, a model 5 years in should not already have zinc pest. It should not have Maserati. That's that early on. Unless they truly used a massively inferior metal and stored them in a very hot, cold environment where moisture would cause it to start rotting. We're all quite mad, you know. I do like that shot. I just didn't get to it fast enough. Anybody come by soon? Nope. Because he's going that way. They're all going to be here in a minute. We're going to get 2 trains coming through here right now. Da 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 da. Oh, 2010. Even then, well, I suppose 15 years might be long enough, 16 years. But yeah, that seems odd. I have yet to have anybody with zinc pest. Oh, that's something I finished this week. I finished painting the church. So it got its second coat. It's probably a little darker than the actual church, but at this stage, I'm not going to fuss with it anymore. I still got to get the top. Who are you calling a pixie, you smurf? Well, just remember, none of us are technically normal. Normal is an average. Ooh. All right, I'm just going to go to the bridge view here. You can see some of the trains to the side there. I just like the shot of the trains passing behind the trees and slightly behind the hills. There we go. Got a nice little meeting there. I like to get a little micro camera right in the middle there. I have two 210Os. None are on my layout right now. I have a BR50 and a BR44, and those are both 210Os. So yes, they're both Märklins. I think Smurfs were originally French or Belgian. Yeah, that's the great question. How do we define normal? What is normal? Normal is a vague adaptation of what the average of said study group is, you know. What is average intelligence? What's normal? What's a normal grade? The short people need to unite. I don't want to hear about short people uniting. If anything, us tall people, you know, When you walk into a store, nobody asks you to reach things off the top shelf. And they don't think twice to ask me, excuse me, sir, would you hand me that heavy object on the top shelf? I can't reach it. And I'll turn around and say, yeah, could you hand me that thing on the bottom shelf? And they look at me like, can't you get it yourself? I'm like, it's a trade. I'll get you what's up there. You give me what's down there. It'll save strain on my back. The BR-44 is the greatest. Everybody has their favorite and greatest locomotive. I can't. I have favorite trains. I love the rail jets. I love the ICE3s and 4s. I love the Azuma because I'm all about style points. It's all how they look. Yeah, the big boy is supposed to be coming this way sometime later this year. And I was explaining to my daughter, Liz, because she was the one reading about this because she thought, Dad, you're into trains. Did you hear about this? And some of her friends were talking about it. And that's why porn is on the top shelf. No, it's because the tall people need the porn. The short people are already at the right height for it. They don't need a book. Spanking porn should be on the bottom shelf. No, I don't like pineapple on my pizza because I don't like pineapple. I eat raspberries and apples. And that's it for all fruits and vegetables. And corn. I'll eat corn on the cob sometimes. And usually I don't anymore, but I used to. I grow my own raspberries. I'll occasionally eat grapes, but I prefer grapes be made into jelly, juice, and wine. I used to grow my own grapes too, but the damn birds and squirrels and chipmunks and raccoons and whatever else were around would eat 90% of them before they were ripe. I look at these animals when they're robbing my grapes off my grape bushes in my backyard when I had them. I took them all out. And I'd be like, they'll taste better if you'd wait a freaking month. And I might get some myself. And the biggest problem I have is I love my raspberries. But ever since we started traveling to Germany, the raspberries come to ripeness while I'm in Germany, and I have to rely on all my kids to come to the house and pick them for me. And that's only if they're not working or they don't have other things. So I'll come home and my daughter will have a big bag and said, this is all I got. And I was like, there should be 3 bags that size. Well, it rained here. It was too hot there. I worked late here and was too tired to go out and pick berries. It's like, I can't yell them. They're my berries. But next year, since Joyce has decided we're going to Australia, sort of end of September, early October, I'll actually be able to harvest all my raspberries. Oh boy. Now there you go. We got started on the topic of SEX and all of a sudden now you're all on it. Hey, Sir Ray, I am doing fine. It's been a hectic couple of weeks, but I'm doing fine. And we had some gremlins early on, but we seem to have sorted the little buggers out. What is the Mile High Railroad equivalent? The Steam Team. The scroll zipper of this. And hi to Tammy if she's back there. Dame Tammy, sir. Meow Wisdom. Wisdom and Cat. Well, welcome, Meow Wisdom. Welcome to the little model train channel we have here. Guess the birds planet. No, I have one eye planet because I love raspberries. I love making raspberry jelly. We use it in raspberry pie. Joyce will make raspberry turnovers for me. Speaking of Joyce, she's late again. This is the end of the quarter, the end of a grading period. So 3 or 4 quarters for her school year are done. Hey, Joyce, if you're still at work, type to me. I haven't heard her come in. See, that's the weird thing. The longer Joyce has been a teacher, the longer she stays at work. By the end of my career, I always left early, but I had less to do because it was a routine. I could get things done fast, but she teaches different things every year. She's always states decreed a new mathematics format, and she has to learn all that and blah, blah, blah. You can't leave the doors open, Artie. That takes away more room because those doors fold inwards. And yes, they have made them smaller. Undo snozberries. Ray Bertelson. Snozberries come in season whenever your fingers are ready. Edward, no, she will not be back, and she never will be back to her normal. She has definitely improved since the surgery. Every day she seems to have more strength, and she's walking around. She's still under restriction of how much walking and how much weight she can pick up. But otherwise, she's pretty much fending for herself now. But there are a couple of things I have to get for her. But there are certain medications she now has to take the rest of her life, or at least until she's in her mid-50s. But the good thing is that the big cyst that was taken out was benign. All tests on it came back benign. Everything came back benign. The other cyst was endometriosis. Yeah. So she's getting used to the change in her body, but the problem is, 2 tumors weighing over 80 pounds stretched out her skin, and now that all that space is gone, she's got a lot of skin that is, it's not fun to talk about, but she's got to get used to it. Australian cream of leftover soup. Well, the problem is she doesn't like chicken soup. You switch to computer. All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, I've been stuck on one camera again. Said I was going to leave the long view on. Well, she didn't respond to that. But so she might be walking home. So yeah, and the thing is, it's tough to talk about. My daughter is tall, very tall, and she, beginning in her mid-teenage years, she became a big girl. People say, well, how can you get a tumor that big and not know? She just felt she was putting on weight. And for a couple of years, Joyce and I were saying, you don't put on that much weight and it doesn't all just stick out to the front like that. We nagged her, but autism and her social anxiety issues and that really made we could not get her to go to a doctor. And being scared of what the doctor might say made it worse. It was only when she finally had these severe pains and things started really going crazy inside, and we had to take her to the emergency room where they did all the testing on in one day, which was in some ways was the best thing, because they looked at her and said, you have to have surgery now. This is beyond anything. And so she's going to she had the first cyst weighed about 36 kilos, which is, about 75 pounds, 80 pounds. And then the other cyst, but she lost one ovary and the fallopian tubes on that side. So she also had a one side hysterectomy. They couldn't save it. She lost. So yeah, that was all. But her knees, her back, these are all things that are going to be like, oh, thank God. So she's recovering well. She doesn't like us talking about it, but people know, and it was a major surgery. We're just glad it wasn't cancer. We're just so glad nothing else was found. The endometriosis is a problem she's going to have to deal with, but exactly, Chris. It happened. I would say it wasn't in time, but it should have been done a couple of years ago, but it's been done now. But now she's got this issue where she's going to have additional surgery down the road once she heals, because she's going to have all this excess skin, and no amount, even the surgeon said, no amount of exercise is going to reduce that and get rid of it all. But the idea is that once she recovers, to see how far back it heals, how much the skin pulls in, do some exercising, see what you could do, and then a year down the road, they'll refer her to a plastic surgeon to remove what needs removed. So yeah, I mean, like I said, she's in good spirits lately. I mean, she still has pain, and her body feels weird, because for all this time, all these organs have been pushed into cramped places while this cyst or tumor just kept growing and taking over space. And now all of a sudden there's all this empty space there. And so, yeah, organs, it's hard to explain, and only she could explain it. But she talks about it like she stands up and she just feels everything drop, because there's still all this free space for it now. But yeah, so it was a tough week last week in getting her home, but like I said, in the last week here since she's been home, she's perked up a lot. There's much more color in her skin. She's moving around the house much better. She can shower herself. She doesn't need her sister or mom to help her. And the last couple of days, she's been fixing her own meals, although because she tends to eat differently than Joyce and me. But when I affix something that we all eat, I'm still fixing it for her. But when she's wanted to eat and doesn't want what Joyce and I have on the menu, she's fixing herself now. She's still not allowed to go up and down stairs. So Joyce or I are going to have to do her laundry. But yeah, she's got to get used to a skinnier her, and she's got to follow all the doctor's advices, including the pills she has to take, the routine she's going to have to follow, the checkups and the follow-ups she's going to have to do, the blood tests she will have to do each year. Well, that's the thing. My daughter has had several people ask her over the last couple of years, when are you due? And she's like, I'm not pregnant. And they're like, ooh. Luckily, your tapeworm also likes beans. Oh. But so I'll stop talking about that. But yeah, she's doing better, and we're all much relieved and happy for her. And it's the biggest thing now is she is off work for 6 more weeks, I believe. She's off work. So I don't have the house to myself right now. I was playing a video game the other day and getting a little angry at it because I'm used to, I can play a video game, and if I get mad, I can just go, mother, son of a brother. And I'm like, oh, wait, Liz is sleeping in the bedroom. She's going to get up. Dad, why are you waking me up? Sorry, kid. I got to get used to you being home right now. I got to behave myself. But when she first went in that Monday, she was at surgery at Tuesday. Oh my God, we had 300-400 phone calls easily. Not only phone calls, but people trying to video call Joyce, video call me. And we were just swiping left, like can't answer. Because there are certain people we're waiting to talk to. So we were prioritizing family. Sorry, all my friends that called me at that time. That's why I finally put up a post and said, guys, I just can't talk to anybody right now. All you guys that video chat and call me, and it's a lot of you. I was like, I hate to be rude, but I just can't answer anything right now. I do behave. Sometimes I behave badly, but I do behave. We always behave. It's just, are we behaving well or behaving badly? Joyce says that to me all the time. Behave. And I'm like, I am. I'm behaving badly. So now she has to always throw in, behave well. Or she always says, behave good. And then I have to correct her grammar. Yeah, when you're used to living alone, it is hard to live with others. When you're used to living alone. Because you're used to things your way, and the minute another person gets added in. Joyce and I have been married for, as I was saying at the beginning of the live stream, 38 years, going on 39 here in June. And we're pretty much used to each other's ways, but there's still, as we've gotten older, some of our ways change. And since when have you started doing that? You like to behave badly. Well, I understand that. When you don't, it's, the problem is when you have, some people want a relationship and don't have one. Some people are in a bad relationship. Some people have good relationships with their significant others. And Joyce and I are we're kind of joined at the hip. We're kind of puzzle pieces that fit together nicely. But we understand a lot of our friends don't have that. They want that other person in their life, and they don't have it. There are other people that don't want that other person in their life, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. But yeah, when you live alone, you set your alarm clock, you have your routine, everything's yours. So it's hard to have to adjust, and sometimes it can be scary to adjust. And you do have to compromise, although in the end we always say compromise is bad because neither person gets their way. But you compromise by saying, okay, I accept this thing that is weird to me from you. You accept this thing that's weird that you think is weird for me, and then you just kind of position it all. Doesn't help that your job is erratic. Yeah. And then you got traveling salesmen. I think Steve PSAP, his job makes him travel where he's gone for a while at times. I'm glad I chose not to go in professions. I could not. When the worst part of our marriage was the very beginning, because right after Joyce and I got married, within a week of our getting married, we only had like a 4-day honeymoon. I had to report down to Columbus, Ohio, where my son now lives. I had to report there for training for my new job. And I was there Monday through Friday. And then I came home Friday evenings, and I only saw Joyce on the weekends. And she had a job where she worked on the weekends. So we didn't see a lot of each other. And then I got assigned to work in Cleveland. I couldn't get out of my lease, so I had to go to Cleveland and was living with one of the people I worked with. They gave me a spare room in their house until I could get a couple of paychecks in and find an apartment. So then I found an apartment. And again, I worked 5 days a week and then would drive home. And Joyce was relying on friends and family to drive her to work. So we didn't see a lot of each other the first, let's see, we got married in June, and she didn't move to Cleveland until early October. It was earlier mid-October that she moved to Cleveland with me. So yeah, so July, August, and September, and part of October. So 3.5 months. Our first 3.5 months, we barely saw each other. Well, welcome, Northern Lights. Great to have you all here again. I don't know which member of the team we have. Yeah, I understand. Second shift. My son has been working second shift since before he got married, and he has been begging to be moved to first shift. And a couple of times he's been turned down for promotions that would have put him on first shift. And he found out that the promotions are because he's their top dog on second shift. And they want him there because he's doing too good of a job. So I guess he has to screw up so he can be moved upwards. Hey, Sir Greg from Great Northern. Where is Joyce? Late again. I tell you, that woman, a workaholic. No, there's 3 different cars. The first 2 are first class coaches of one style. Then you have the restaurant car. And then the last 4 coaches are second class cars, and those are all the same. But like one is an AMP, is it? No. AMPZ? No, that's not right. And the other one's like Raymond Legs or Evo, if he were here, would tell you. But I haven't seen Evo today. You test drove a couple. Well, I was 1 for 1. Joyce was the first girl I ever dated, and the only girl I ever dated. So I shouldn't say first. She's the only girl I dated. I met her when I was 19 and had just left West Point, United States Military Academy, and was just getting ready to start at a small university called Ohio Northern because I still had a scholarship left there. All my other scholarships had been forfeited because I'd gone to West Point, so they gave them to other people since I wasn't going to use them. So I was in between school, so I was home for a couple of weeks. And I came into town unexpected, and one of my friends, I bumped into him, and he said, "Oh, hey, we didn't know you were coming to town." I said, "Well, I wasn't planning on being in town, but I'm changing places, and now I'm at this school, and blah, 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 blah." And so he said, "Oh, well, there's going to be this Halloween costume party at this place, blah, 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 and we're all going." My circle of friends was going. They said, "Why don't you go?" So I did, and was at this party. My costume was a mummy. I ran into the mall where I bumped into my friend, and I bought a mummy mask and a white turtleneck sweater and white jeans, carpenter pants. And then I bought like 30 rolls of gauze bandage and decided I'd be a mummy and went to the party. Joyce being Joyce, Joyce was dressed, her costume was the armchair quarterback. In other words, she had on a sweatshirt, jeans, and a baseball cap. And we did not introduce by names, but it's the first time we met. And then 6 weeks later, I was set up on a blind date by a friend, or not a friend, who thought it'd be funny to put me on a date with this person because that person's date had canceled out and they had to have a date for this Christmas party event, Christmas prom. And so they decided to call me and say, "Hey, you don't have any girlfriend. You want a date?" And I said yes before I knew what I was doing. But fortunately, just before I called to cancel out, the other girl canceled out. I didn't know it. And the story of how I met Joyce is a famous one. But the day of the prom, Joyce was a senior in high school. I was a freshman at university. The girl decided she wasn't going to go with me because her ex-boyfriend was too important to her and blah, 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 whatever happened. And so all of a sudden they had me and 2 tickets in my name. And so they went and said, "Joyce, you're not going to the prom. We've got a guy that needs a date." And Joyce had never dated a guy either. And I think at times they thought it was funny to throw the 2 of us together, but the joke was on them. It worked out. All right, Randall, take care. Indeed. So yeah, that's I've always joked with Joyce that she probably could have done much better than me, but we both kind of said this works. Don't need to keep shopping. But we just, that first night, Joyce and I's sense of humor just clearly bonded. We had similar backgrounds. Both our dads were kind of factory people, working class people. I was low working class, poor. They were, but we both had very irreverent and subversive senses of humor. And we both had sadistic pleasure driving the couple we were double dating with, because the couple we were double dating with decided to go to the most expensive restaurant in Toledo. I have just paid my next semester's book fees and other things, car insurance and car payment and everything else. I had like $20, $15 cash on me. Oh, we're going to Ricardo's, the most expensive restaurant in Toledo. And I'm just like, oh, crap. And then when we got there and I look at the meal, the cheapest meal was $14. And that's not counting drinks. And I've got 15. I'm like, I can't afford any of this. I can't afford you and me. And this is 1983, people. So $14 at a restaurant back then was expensive. And that was their cheapest meal. And Joyce was like, I got enough. I can cover you. And we had chicken Josephine, which was the cheapest meal this restaurant had. And we both were uncomfortable. We were uncomfortable because we're on a blind date. We're uncomfortable because we're a couple of low-class or working-class schlubs at this high-end restaurant, snooty restaurant in Toledo. And the way we dealt with it was humor. And the couple we were with were very much trying to be like, we belong here. And Joyce and I clearly didn't belong there. And the fight we had with our waiter merely sealed the deal. Oh, $14 is cheap today. Heck, a fast food value menu meal is $14 now. But, Toledo had some fancy restaurants, but Ricardo's was the fanciest. Now, there were other restaurants that had more expensive meals, although Ricardo's most expensive meals equaled that, but their cheapest meal was still more than the cheapest meal at the other high-end restaurants in Toledo. I could have gone to Mancy's restaurant or the, I forget what the seafood restaurant was. They were very expensive as well, but they always had those less expensive meals. Ricardo's didn't do the less expensive meal. Meal started at $14 and went up to $50 or more. So yeah, Joyce and I just Joyce and I had never been to a high-end restaurant. We didn't know that your courses are timed, that whether you're done with your salad or not, they give you so much time and then the next course comes. So the waiter came in and they were done, and I wasn't a big salad eater. I'm done. So he grabbed our 3 plates and then he went to grab Joyce, and Joyce literally has her fork still on the plate, getting ready to take a bite, and he grabs the plate, and with one hand, she takes the plate back and says, I'm not done. And he grabs the plate again. And our 2 partners, our guests, are looking at us like, let him take your plate. And Joyce's like, I'm not done. And he goes to take it again. I said, excuse me. And the guy's name tag says Robert. I'm pretty sure he had introduced himself as Robert, and we just ignored it. But I said, excuse me, Robert. It's Robert. I said, excuse me, Robert. The lady says she's not done. And he slammed the plate down and walked off with the other plates. And he came back 5 minutes later and goes, is Madame done now? Yes, she's done. You can take it. Oh, and Joyce and I just started making jokes about the waiter. His name's Robert. No, he's actually a Russian spy. His name's Natasha. He's here to get secrets from Jeep. Because Jeep is in Toledo. Yeah, I don't know how much a sound-equipped Loco cost back in 1983, but yep. Sorry, I got talking and missed the chat. So, but yeah, for that, Joyce and I we made each other laugh. And anybody tells you if you can make a person laugh, you're halfway there. Hey, Sir Kieran, how are you? So yes, I made Joyce laugh, and we were all buddies from that point on. Joyce typed in 8 minutes ago heading home, which means she might just be walking in the door in the next couple of minutes. It all depends on any stops she made coming home. We don't have now, Artie, you know the bathroom that you had when you stayed with us, which we jokingly call our daughter's bathroom because Joyce and I rarely, if ever, use that bathroom. It's the nicer of the two bathrooms in our house. But our bathroom upstairs doesn't have a window in the toilet or the shower area. We have a window. We have four windows in the bedroom. One on each end of the bedroom, one skylight, and then one on the front part of the house that overlooks our bed. Well, we're doing well. DCC Digital were first introduced at the 1978 Toy Fair. Hornby claims they did it first. Several companies first introduced it at the 1978 Toy Fair, the Nuremberg Toy Fair, the big international one. They introduced it there. And then Märklin's first digital models came out in 85, 86. It took a few years. So, hi there.
Hi.
You're late.
I know.
Late again. This is like your
I know.
5th week in a row late.
It's just like there's always something wrong.
We're going to have a talk.
Yeah, right. Okay, so first of all, hi, y'all. Hello, Aaron, Bill. Yeah. Hello, the kids had a 2-hour delay, so it was a very busy day. So hello, Artie. Nice to see you.
It was a busy day, not because
Hey
the kids
there,
had a
Happer
2-hour
Valley.
delay, but because it was the end of the quarter.
And it's the end of the quarter,
We
yeah.
had to get everything
So hi,
in.
Tom. Hi, Tom Couples. Hi, Tom Houston. There's two of you. Hello, Raymond. Hi there, Andy. Hi, Lord Ale. Nice you're here. Hello, Chris Bailey. Oh boy. Hi, Simon.
Who are you, oh boing? Did you forget a name?
Hi, Six Fix-a-Lot. Oh, good evening, Chuck. Hello, Mick. Yeah. Hello.
I just had a long week at work,
Saray Central.
I'm trying to put on a happy face.
Hello there. Balcover.
Hey, Kyan, are you back there?
Hello, Stepper. Hello.
Skibidi toilet. Oh, please don't. Oh, Kyan's been waiting to say hi too. I didn't even see you.
Hi there,
type
Steve.
there, Lindy.
Dino. Hi there.
All right, we have to
Hey.
hang on, Joyce. We have to
Yeah,
hang on.
daylight savings changing. Yeah, changed. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
All right, here we go.
So,
Kyan! Hi, Kyan. Opa loves you.
Opa loves you. very
And
much.
Lindy and
Yes,
Chris,
you
we
all
love you
get
guys
great.
too.
We sure do.
Kyan, what's up?
Oh,
You could have been running these trains yesterday, Kyan, but you were being
Skibidi? Did I
impertinent.
call you Skibidi? I don't think so. Or somebody
No,
else.
he said skibbity.
Skibidi.
Remember
yeah.
that was popular for a while?
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, I don't
Because
know.
Scott brought it to our attention because we weren't
Okay,
having it up
Josh
here.
says he likes
Why
to
are
see
all the
the
kids going
locomotive.
skibbity nowadays?
Yeah, so
We haven't
hi
heard it.
there,
And
Kieran.
then it came in a little bit later.
All right, I'll do my Daisy breathless here. So I haven't hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I noticed a lot of y'all were in here. It was 51 the first time I put
Oh,
this
you just
on,
went
and you weren't
Lil.
hitting the lines.
You just went Lil.
All
That
right, so
wasn't-
Lil says
Hang on,
hello.
hang on. Take a deep breath and think, Daisy. Not now, Miss Cockett.
It's out of breath. So Daisy says, please hit the like button, gentlemen and ladies.
Daisy.
So there you are. Yeah, there are a lot of people in here. A lot of you didn't hit the like button, and that hurts those feelings. We have very high,
Oh,
maybe like, huh?
eyes above the neckline,
Everybody,
gentlemen.
eyes above the neckline, gentlemen. So, yeah, because I saw there were 51 in here, and there were like 32 likes. So, y'all got to do better than that. So,
Yeah, if they don't like it, they don't like it.
yeah,
Or
hopefully
maybe
we
they
all
wait for
like
you
it.
to get here so you
Why they wait?
see your bit. I don't know.
Come see me on YouTube March 16th. The MRO channel is on remote of weapons. Okay.
Come see you on
That's
March
nice.
16, 2026,
So
taking
hi,
on
Canadian
the,
Locomotive.
all right,
I know your
the
name, but I'm
NMRI
forgetting it.
channel. Well, I don't
Yeah.
really follow or pay attention to NMRA, but
Yeah, I hear you, but that's okay.
we'll pop on. We'll try to pop on and see what you got to say.
Sure, we will. Yeah.
You'll probably be at work, though.
Yeah, I'll probably be at work, but you know what I mean. So,
Pull those
Yeah,
headphones.
I had
That's
4
right,
exits
Chris.
today.
Pull those headphones away from the ears.
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, if it's like, is it maybe like? Oh. So, why don't you all hit
Yeah,
the
you're
like
doing a
button?
live podcast with the NMRA.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you're up to 50. That's lovely. Thank you, y'all.
Wow, you got that many?
She's way too tall. I can see her
I'm
nostrils.
impressed.
Yeah, it's very serious.
You have a
That's
skill,
all right.
woman. You have a skill.
Yeah, it's always nice to see you guys. So, yeah, there's just a lot going on today.
Where is it?
I'm working on a project, and oh my goodness.
You're working on a
You were supposed to write
right,
down your
right.
question
Prairie
correctly.
project or whatever.
A lot of them did not write it down, Runch. Hi, Great Northern. You thought Skippity Toilet Mean was left in 2025, okay? I don't know.
Okay, good.
Teacher Roach, she one, Leprechaun, Dwight's Chicken. So that was a good shirt. Okay. Oh, rats, I was going to order a t-shirt too.
Well, there's Sir Ifo. Hello.
That's my friend, and I didn't do it.
That's right.
Hi, Sir
Um,
Ifo. Skippity Toilet.
What's dinner tonight? What's your thoughts?
I have no idea. Yeah, well, do you want a pizza tonight?
We can.
It's up to you.
Jets has been doing a lot of commercials, but we've had
Yeah.
Jets recently. We haven't done Pizza Hut in a while.
Yeah, we have. You can pizza Hut
I'd
if
like
you
to
want.
do a stuffed crust,
Okay,
Pizza Hut.
we'll do Pizza Hut then.
which means turning on the
Yeah,
oven.
the Orient Express is running pretty well.
Yeah, I did have to take one car off because
Oh, it wasn't working too well.
yeah, I had to take the bar wagon off because apparently this has a mix of 2-rail and 3-rail wheel sets. In other words, some of these are insulated and some aren't. And so it was shorting out as soon as I put it on the track down there, it
when
wouldn't
those
work.
wheels on, huh?
Well,
Hi,
I don't
Josh.
have any more spare insulated ones.
Yeah, dinner tonight is food, yeah. Oh gosh, you probably
But
should
like
order
that
it
one
now.
is definitely insulated, and I can't tell if these others are.
I have a Pizza Hut here in order.
Oh, you're gonna do it here right now?
Yeah, so we get it sooner.
There it is. Honey, it just came up.
Yeah.
But in some ways, it looks like it's supposed to be 3-rail. So I don't know if somebody was taking out the
I probably
wheels.
need to log in.
You know, it's got the nice
Remember
little
what I
light
said?
pickups that you tend to see with Märklin. But it's clearly meant for Jouef. So I assume that's 2-rail,
Sure.
but a couple of the wheel sets are not insulated.
Yeah, just send the code. I forgot my password.
Oh, I hate it when they send codes.
I know.
Half the time they don't arrive.
Oh, okay. 008.
Yeah, that new train set is going to come on Tuesday.
589. Oops, none of that went in. See what? Why
The
is
keyboard might be dead.
Oh, okay.
So you just use the main one.
0,
I might have the numbers keyboard turned off.
89 589.
There you go.
That's $5. I have to put my birthday in here. What the hell? Hey, you know I have an account.
Well, yeah, if you're running 2-rail, 3-rail, it's not an issue.
Fine.
The lights won't work
It
because
is
you have
my
to have the
last
3rd-rail
name.
pickup.
Gosh. It is my last name.
Yeah, YouTube makes me do it on my phone.
I know
have
it
to
does.
log into my phone every half hour.
Oh, God. All right, Louise. I need to get my account.
Oh, you forgot which one?
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
So I need to sign in.
Just
Yeah, do it again. Oh,
Quit
yeah, I
using
keep
the number
forgetting
board.
that. I keep forgetting that. Good grief. 6. Why am I still doing it this way? I have a password. I think I remember my password. Why does it not like my last name?
they think you're joking. It might be it doesn't wait.
I have an account.
Type your last name in separately.
I know it already exists, but you're not even letting me sign in. I'm gonna have to do it upstairs.
All right. Well, don't worry about it now.
Well, just leave. Just leave. If I hit the sign in, and no, it's not letting me do it. This doesn't recognize this computer.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just gonna be late.
So yeah, this is kind of weird. So we're shorting out the track.
So I
gotta. If I had done it on Saturday night,
12 inches of meat tends to make
I
people's
could have
eyes
picked
water.
up some spare wheel sets.
Yeah, it's
at
not
the
doing
show.
my name. Yeah, I say I have a password. I don't know why it's not letting me put the password in. It's like you're just another person.
Yeah,
So I give up. I'll go upstairs and borrow my own.
Actually, I've been
computer.
doing it off of my.
Oh,
I thought the last couple
you
of times
saw a
I've done
Led
it off
Zeppelin
of-
tribute band? Oh, I love Led Zeppelin.
Joyce loves.
I was
Led
a huge
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin fan.
Oh, you
Yeah,
still
they're
are.
dodging me. I'll get it. Yeah, I am still a fan. I don't know that you can do it. Can you do it?
I got to see if it's saved here.
Yeah. So ordering dinner is a problem. And this also is if she wants what she gets.
What's up, Piko? Why you not letting me do that? So yeah, it's only on the other.
Yeah.
It's on the other computer because I've got it. I've got all your information on my computer upstairs.
Okay. You can go upstairs.
We'll be off of here in 10 minutes,
Yeah,
so
we will.
we won't worry about it. Anyhow, I need to pull up my. That's up over there. I need to pull up StreamYard.
It?
Ba-dum-bum.
She'll love their pasta, but
Oh, that no,
No.
you go to a Led Zeppelin concert. You don't.
all right, thank you all for hitting
miss
the
my
like button.
you miss my live stream. You go to the show
Yeah, enjoy
unless
the show.
you're looking for an excuse not to go. But
Yeah, you could go to the show. That's lovely. I love them. Although, damn, everybody's getting old. Well, I couldn't tell you. I can do that. Well, the Harzer Schnitzel.
Hey, well, hello, Sir Mark
To visit?
Donegal.
Okay.
Great to have you here.
Cool here. Oh, hi, Donegal Dad, Mark. It has been a while. You know, I work through your live feed, so I don't see it right now.
Battery running low. All right. Take care,
That's
Steve. Thanks for
okay.
hanging out with us.
Thanks for coming in, Steve.
Always great to have so many people.
Oh, for sure. All right, so you take care too, Valkurva?
And Scott. Valkurvi.
Valkurvi, he's Scott. Okay.
And by the way, hey,
So hi,
before you
Scott.
leave,
Yeah.
people, if you have not checked out Valkurvi's channel before he leaves, click on his last thing there. You all have the power to do it. Right click and click open channel and new
Yeah,
new tab,
he's
or
got a
open
cool
link and
channel,
new tab.
I do look
Or
tired.
the
No,
three
I'm
dots that
looking
say
at-
go to channel, and then
Yeah.
awesome channel, doesn't have a lot of subscribers,
Okay, let's help
but
him
an
out.
amazing channel, great layout, cool trains UK. But check it out. It's another person that's just got a lot of skill and
Never had a
great channel.
schnitzel.
And a new video just a couple of days
Yeah,
ago.
they do Americanized food. Yeah, if you could ever get a schnitzel there, so good in Deutschland.
There are some restaurants that do.
Yeah, if you could find a German restaurant, it will be better.
Yeah, there are restaurants
Yeah.
that do
Uh,
proper ethnic food.
so what is he American, German?
He's British.
He's British, so it's a British channel. But yeah, you can click on it and see what it is.
Well, just
The Bell Curvy Junction, Scott.
yeah, Val Curvy. Tell you what.
Yeah, so
I can't do it on that one.
yeah. You do
Here,
it on your own.
I'll get a link to it real quick.
Okay, good night, Ifo. Always glad you're here. It is late, of course.
But it's actually earlier than when you normally leave.
Yeah, but it's delayed. Why would you get offended over that, Mister? It's 9:30. Let's go to bed. There. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
But
You
do
put
you
his
know
channel
why
up there.
I say
I
it's 9:30,
know.
let's go to
I
bed?
know. I know.
Well, besides that,
Yeah, I get all that. We do get up
Besides that.
early.
the other thing is because if I can talk you into going to bed at 9:30, it still means you won't be ready. You won't be done coming to bed
Yeah,
until
I hear
10:30.
you. I hear you.
See,
Yeah, Valley Beach.
I say let's go to bed at 9:30, and you say, all right. So I head up at 9:30. You head up at 9:35,
I have a long
9:40,
routine.
and then
My
at 10:40, you're like,
ADHD makes me stick to my routine. Walk, walk, walk.
it's not an issue of you sticking to your routine. It's
It
just
is.
that what you need to understand is that if I say let's go to bed at 9:30, you need to go upstairs at 8:30 so that we're actually going to bed at 9:30.
It's true. Oh, we understand. Busy with family. So it's very nice you popped in for a little bit, Mark.
Oh, I know, Mark.
We get it.
It's
know Friday night is a
I
hard
have the same
night.
thing now. You're streaming
Yeah.
at 2:30. Now that Cayenne is in preschool, I can at least hang out
Sure, you
until
get a
about.
gold star.
I can hang out for 45 minutes. I can hang out for 45 minutes before I have to leave to get Cayenne. But
Yeah.
once Cayenne stopped taking naps, he wasn't giving me time to
No,
watch
he
the stream.
wasn't. That kid gave up his naps at 2. I still feel slightly gypped by that. Because,
But
you
now
know,
he's
his
in
activity
school.
is nice. Next year he'll be kindergarten, so it'll be easier for Anthony.
And yeah, I will be picking him up. Well, no, I'll be picking him up at the same time, if not earlier.
Well, they're changing schedules, so
Oh,
it
there's
might
that.
be 4 o'clock before we're out.
Well, there's that. That's gonna be hard
Yeah,
on
they're
those dudes.
changing schedules, I think, to accommodate busing.
So
They still don't know quite what they thought we were going to do. It's a super cluster at our school. Well, our district, not just school. Okay, how nice of you guys to look on it. And we really appreciate you all being supportive.
he's just got cool stuff. It's like I keep thinking Green Hill Junction. I don't know if that's the one. I'll have to go look at my list later.
Okay.
But he's as good as Lewis at Moldy Raspberry.
Oh,
and
look
that
at
says
3
something.
right together. Oh, wow, yeah. Anthony has mad respect for Moldy Raspberry, so that's quite a
Right.
compliment
Everybody
there.
does great. You know, I don't sit here and say,
Thanks, Soft Down.
I won't say this guy's better than this guy, this guy's better than this guy, but Lewis at Moldy Raspberry is one of the best.
Yeah, it's moving nicely, isn't it?
What?
Your Orient Express.
Well, those are down there.
Oh, they're down.
Yeah, it was acting up for a while. It took about 40 minutes for it took a crash and a couple of issues, and then these guys settled down. What?
Okay. Oh no, that it crashed. That's not good.
Yeah, well, they were
I was saying
uncoupling,
it's still hard to see in that little center
the Czech
one.
railjet was acting up.
Oh
and then,
no.
Yeah,
So I'm compiling, and while I wait, I saw Anthony had a show. All right, Southdown, we're glad you came in. Oh, well, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, well, my show is every Friday, same
That's
bat
every
time,
Friday.
same bat channel every year.
And we're just happy if you guys come in for a little bit.
310
nice.
straight
And
weekends.
please hit the like button as you do that. So you have to go a little in daisy when I say that, and I wasn't trying.
310 straight shows. Haven't missed one. We did miss a Friday.
Yeah.
I've always said 310 straight Fridays, but going
Yeah, we
back,
did have to
looking
do a
for something on an
Saturday.
old show, I found, oh, right, that's right. I forgot
Yeah.
like a year and a half in, I had
Something was in the way. Yeah.
one of your family events we had to go to.
Gotcha.
So I live streamed on
Ah,
Saturday to make up
gotcha.
for it. So it's 310 straight weekends, and I haven't missed a show. I just haven't done 310
These
straight
family
Fridays as I
events,
planned.
it's like we can't get there till 6:30 now. So they've been pretty considerate of that.
Yes, her family has finally been.
Yeah, they got there. We're
If you're
actually
going to do something on
weekends-
Friday,
Weekends have been so busy. We're starting to go midweeks now. Probably need to get another one. 310? Yeah, it is. Year one. Well, you know, and when we travel, it's usually only about an hour long.
yeah,
But
when
we
we're
can-
overseas,
But
when
we
we're
could do it
overseas,
at the same time. Yeah, even
but
in
we even
Australia,
did them
we
from
at the same
Australia
time.
and did them at slightly different
Did we
times
have to do a different time? I'm trying to.
because we were getting up.
We'd have to get up awfully early for it.
Yeah, we'd have to get up like 5 or 6 to do it from
Five or-
Australia.
yeah.
But I did do them on Fridays.
So he does them shorter, but he does do them. You know, usually they're about an hour long. But
well,
we
I don't
keep our
have trains
streak
to
going.
run.
That's right. And very often he'll just show what his purchases were.
This is what I bought while we were here.
And he makes them run.
Or I'll talk about. We talk about
Sometimes,
what
our
we've seen,
adventures.
the
Yeah.
adventures. But
Yep.
sometimes that feels like we're bragging or something.
Oh.
You know?
Southdown, read a German modeler reminds you of him of Anthony. Some really old gear, the old metal track. Yeah?
Yeah, the old M track.
400
metal.
back at your place again or go somewhere special? I don't know. I haven't tried
400
that
will
one.
be when I don't even know when 400
Yeah,
lines up.
we
We're at
frequently
310.
don't look at the
That's
weeks.
90 weeks
That is
away.
90 weeks.
That's I don't even want to count that high. I don't even want to
Yeah.
be thinking about 350
There's
because
50 There's
end of
52
this
in a
year.
year.
there's 52 in a year. We will hit 350-ish near the very
Like
end of this
August,
year.
I think.
No, it'll be the beginning of the new
Well, I'm trying to get
year.
to 400. I think it'll be August of next year.
It could be.
That's I won't say that math is real good though.
No, I think that's pretty
I do a
accurate.
heck of a lot of estimating.
But
So we should be home in August.
every Friday, except when, well, no, even when we're overseas, but when we're
Yeah.
in Australia,
Australia's the hard
3 shows
one.
we'll do from Australia.
That's a 14-hour difference for us. 15-hour difference, or is it 23 for the Brits?
It's a massive difference.
It's a very big difference. I mean, we're on the next day.
But, well, yeah, but the
So-
thing is, I did it on Thursday knowing it would be Friday there.
But, oh, no, you did on Saturday then.
You're right.
Yeah, because Australia's a day ahead.
Right.
So we'd have to do it on a Saturday, early morning
Right. I
to
did
be
it
on
early
your
on
Friday
Saturday, so that was
time.
Friday evening
Yeah.
this time.
His
But-
metal models, they're wild. Well, heck, if you know his channel, why don't you put it in?
Oh, yeah, they
Oh,
are.
thanks, Karen. You take care.
All right, good night, Karen. Yeah, they're tanks. The old Märklin metal.
I know, you have to get up so early,
locos,
Artie.
I've got a bunch of them that I bought, and I have gained great appreciation and admiration for the old Märklin locos.
Sure.
They are, the old ones are just tanks. You can throw 'em across
26
the room,
November, you did the
and they
math.
won't even dent.
Thanks, Simon. Oh, will we be in Australia then?
No. We're
27?
end of September.
Oh, we were aiming for
early October
Well, that's September 20.
2027.
Oh, he's saying November, 26th of November. Yeah, we'll be home.
Yeah, we'd be
Okay,
back
that's
in the,
all right then.
Back in the USSR.
Say, so at our normal time and everything else.
Okay, well.
All right, good night, Martin. Phoebe.
Oh, Martin is here. Sorry I missed you coming in, Sir Martin.
Well, we're glad you were here.
My apologies. Thank you for being here and watching.
Hey, Bob. You're back when it's about time to go. We're about at the end. But I'm here. Late.
You got here real late.
I know.
It was going to have to be.
I have bell work next week, and
You're here
said I was
late,
printing
dear.
it because I wasn't doing
You have to
online.
look at me here. You're here late, dear. There will have to be disciplinary action.
Oh, man. Stuff that pizza. Stuff that pizza. Okay.
A spanking, a spanking. There's going to be a spanking.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, really? Cool.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It was perfect timing.
It was. Was Curly in here?
Was who?
Curly.
Yeah, Dwight was here.
All right, because he said, "Yo, Mr. Curly."
Yep, Dwight was here.
You're the
Chatting a bit,
European
working in the background.
escapee?
Who, what, did what?
South Down says he's a European escapee.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
okay. How you guys
I
doing
wouldn't
down
put up
here?
with
All
that,
right.
You know that. You all
Bring it
know
around
that.
one more time. I'm gonna let the.
A very independent woman.
Are you really?
Well, or a woman I am. Ew, yuck.
If you're an independent woman, why are you married to me?
I don't know. Because I can hold my own, I guess.
Why are you married to me? I don't know. 30, almost 39 years, and why are you
know,
married?
that
To me?
was
I
the
don't know.
answer.
I forgot whatever reason.
Well, yeah. That's when I was younger.
It was that date drug.
South Town. When
Is
we
that-
make mistakes, ask my wife. Most of the time, we're pretty cool.
Why is that?
No, it's me.
Oh, it's on
my
your phone there. All right.
Aren't
So
you out
anyhow,
at school?
it
You were
is
keeping
late.
me company.
It is
You're a few
late.
minutes late. Yeah.
Well, you were late again. You
Yeah,
throw my
I was.
timing off.
I'm sorry.
Darn woman, throwing my timing off. And there are people that come in asking, "Where's Joyce?"
I
She's
know.
not here yet.
I'm at work.
She's not here.
You'll retire eventually.
Eventually.
I can X this out. I turned off your lights.
Wait. Yeah, you can X that out. Thank you for turning off the lights.
Mhm.
Damn, she knows how to work.
And
the
I waited, and-
Computer program for the Central Station.
Thank
3.
you, Bob.
She's dangerous now.
Yes,
I love her laugh. That was. I already told the story that how we met and about the reason we clearly clicked right away was our subversive humor
Absolutely.
and us laughing, making Sabina and Bill crazy.
Very angry with us, and we did not care.
You're embarrassing us. We came to the
No,
most expensive
we were-
restaurant in Toledo
We
because.
were happy with each other and did not care.
Wait, did you laugh at that? As she's laughing. Oh my
Yeah.
God, she laughed at that. Somebody
Right.
actually laughed at something I said. This woman's a keeper. All right, so anyhow, it is.
subversive humor and a love for three rail. Well, at the time,
At the time, the three
we
rail
didn't
wasn't
know
there.
what three rail was.
I don't know a damn thing about model
No,
trains.
absolutely nothing.
That came
So,
40 years later.
Yep.
All right, 35, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Anyhow, it is time for us to get our dinner. And
It
so
is.
once again,
I'm
our
hungry.
3-hour tour through the craziness of my trains
Mhm.
has come to an end. We want
Yep.
to thank everybody who spends this time with us.
We sure do.
It just-
Sometimes you go, ow.
you want to go out
How
to a
does this
movie? You want to go
happen?
out to the pub? Nah, let's watch Anthony run his
Yeah,
trains.
right. It's like, we're glad you like
That's a
us.
great honor.
Yeah,
That's
it
a great
is.
honor.
It is, absolutely.
So thank you.
Mhm.
This is why we've done 310 in a row.
I like you
So-
too.
Until next Friday.
Yeah.
Although actually I will have at least one video coming out next week. Big video. I hinted at it earlier. And if you want more hints, all you have to do is watch Jim from Hover Motion's last 2 videos. They are connected even though he doesn't know they're connected.
Oh boy.
So until then, we're going to say Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
I'm hungry.
Shut